Oh, you know, you already know, chat. Lady Lena thinks the prime.
Okay, before I say anything, yes, I am a Widowmaker player.
Uh-oh.
So coming from me, this might sound a little bit biased, but honestly, I don't really care.
Uh-oh.
But just leave Widowmaker alone.
Oh no. Listen, there are reasons why it's oppressive, but it might not apply to you. I'm willing to hear it out though.
Because recently I've seen a lot of people complain about her one-shot. You know, the number one thing about her character. A lot of people are saying that her damage should just be reduced or that she shouldn't have a one-shot at all. Which is just like, huh? In terms of snipers in this game, Widowmaker is the sniper. Like, she's as a sniper as you can get in this game. And what is this thing that snipers can do? One-shot people. If you were to get rid of Widowmaker's one-shot, you would basically make her the most useless
Yes,
character.
that is true.
Because the rest of her abilities don't actually really do much.
But that's the reason why they don't do much. The reason they don't do much is because, like, for Hanzo to be competitive, he needs the Sonic Arrow, Storm Arrow, and like an okay-ish ult to work. Widow's whole kit revolves around the one shot. Listen, the thing that's frustrating is just like, you load into maps like Havana, you have a Widow, they have a Widowmaker player, you don't have a Widowmaker player, you have like a Hanzo and a Sim, and you just basically lose off the spawn. That's what gets people frustrated more than anything.
Her SMG damage is decent, but
no, it's
let's be
awful.
honest, it hardly does anything.
It's terrible.
And her Venom Mine, you might as well just be blowing hot air onto somebody.
It's basically just like I think they have one in Valorant where it's like you like flick the thing against the wall. It's like a motion detector. It's like basically a motion detector.
And then there's her ultimate, which is arguably the second best thing about her kit.
Wall hacks is pretty good, yeah.
Honestly. So if you were to get rid of the number one most viable thing in her kit,
yeah, she would just suck.
You'd might as well just delete her from the game.
She would die.
But
She would just be
people like
awful.
to bring up the argument, oh, well, they got rid of Hog's one shot. Why can't they get rid of her?
They're not the same.
Hog is a tank, first of all, with over 500 health. Meanwhile, Widow is a DPS with only 175 health.
Well, if you want, okay, I'm not arguing to take away the one shot. I'm arguing there needs to be something though. But you can't. That's not a fair argument because like Hog couldn't actually hit you from across the map. You had to be somewhat closer. Widow is actually across the map, like no joke.
So just by that logic, a Widowmaker is a lot easier to deal with than a Roadhog. Because let's be honest, even without the one shot, that fat is still impossible to kill.
Real?
Plus, there are so many different hero options that you can pick in order to counter a Widow, such as Genji, Tracer, another hit scan, another Widow.
At high level, though, this gets a little tough depending on the map geometry and team comps, and you also have to have someone that picks those characters, and it's like, there's a lot of stuff.
Etc. Basically, in my opinion, I think Widow...
Because, like, Havana Tracer, I don't think is, like, that great versus Widow. Like, you need another Widow most of the time.
Widow is in a good spot right now, and I think that removing her one-shot would be...
I'm willing to wait until they bring the map pool of everything back. It's not just like the Widow map pool, because like the map pool is like super Widow heavy right now. If it was like all the maps and like Widow was only played on the ones that like she's good on, then I don't think it'd be that bad. Like we'll see how it goes.
The only thing that I would maybe want to change is her grappling hook cooldown, because in my opinion I think it's a little bit too long.
We're talking about it. I thought we were making a video on why we shouldn't nerf her, and you're talking about buffs. You're losing. You're losing.
I would maybe make it a solid 9 to 10.
No. That's a bad.
Biased opinion, I guess.
No.
But yeah, that's just my...
No, that's... no, shh. Kind of had something going, but shh. Hanzo Arrow is 100% more annoying than any good Widow. This is someone just telling on themselves. This is not anything above, like, Masters or Diamond. What's the point of being a sniper? Can't one-shot. She already one-shot herself at 170... Wait, what? Okay, well, anyways.
Tips part 3. If they enter your tank and he can play cover, then you shouldn't really need to Suzu them, especially if he's not even low. However, if your tank starts taking damage, then you should Suzu them. I usually wait until they take a quarter of their health and damage. A little more obscure tip, since Suzu boops, you can take environmental kills for yourself and get ult charge. Roadhog and Rhino mains will probably hate you, but it's okay. You can also take ult charge from people that jump off the map to reset.
dangerous, but doable.
Suzu and Swift Step also reset target priority on Bob and Turret.
Oh, I mean, I actually didn't think of that because you technically break LOS for a sec.
I'm with you.
That's actually a pretty interesting
Suzu,
one.
If the Mercy's in Valk, you can actually stop the res if she's pulling away from the soul. This will not work if she's going towards the soul. It's extremely hard to do.
That's the spot.
It really doesn't work if they're not in Valk though, since it doesn't really boop her enough, but I have done it once in game. Some ultimates that you need
That's
to know
interesting.
How to
I didn't know that one.
against. For Orisa, you just Suzu when you're about to leave it with your teammate. If she's nano, it's gonna be way faster.
Yeah, way too many people
Sigma, you
Suzu
get
too early.
close to your teammate and then Suzu them mid-air. And if you're alone and you get caught by Sigma ult or
That's
you
a good
can't reach
tip.
your teammate, you're gonna have to Suzu a wall. Also,
That's a
before
really
you
good
move
tip.
on, please comment and tell me what you need to know for Kiriko. I'll be able to make a video on it. Also, don't forget to follow and in my.
I don't actually know who this is. I feel like the name is kind of familiar, but I feel like this person is actually pretty high level. The ult charge tip is crazy. Wait, what was the ult charge tip? I don't remember.
Suzu them.
Oh, the booping diva? Oh, okay. Zen looks so scared during the Sigma ult. That Zen really is a visual of me getting fluxed. It's funny. Okay. No, this is actually this is actually surprisingly really good.
Every single Wrecking Ball tech. Part 5. First one.
Oh, isn't this the guy who has like some crazy shit?
B-hop. If you spam your space intermediately after Fireball, you'll keep some of the momentum and go faster. The second one, we have the stair acceleration. If you set your jump keys to scroll up and down, and then go into a wall and a stair in a corner like this, then if you spam your scroll wheels, you'll eventually go faster than if you were to jump normally and get out of spawn. Finally, we have the wall climb. If you
The f did I just hear?
you'll keep some of the momentum and go faster. The second one, we have the stair acceleration. If you set your jump keys to scroll up and
Sounds like some Apex shit.
down, and then go into a wall and a stair in a corner like this, then if you spam your scroll wheels, you'll eventually go faster than if you were to jump normally and get out of spawn. Finally, we have the wall climb. If you hook onto an area behind a big wall and the hook is long enough, if you go sideways and press space at the right time, you should have a big increase in height, and then you should be able to pull off pile drivers.
Yo, this guy's a connoisseur. What the f was that? Wrecking Ball players after needing 80 texts to make their character viable.
Every single
This is the same one. Wait, no, it's not.
Wrecking Ball tech, part 6. The first one is the instant rebound. If an enemy is near a wall and you roll into that wall, there's a chance where it'll instantly rebound the enemy backwards like this. The second one is the B-hop slam. Basically, if there's a hole under the map, you can actually hold your slam key and then slam normally. The final one is the ping pong.
I know that worked, but I didn't know that worked like that. I actually didn't know that worked like that. Holy sh!
Hole under the map, you can actually hold your slam key and then slam normally. The final one is the ping pong. If there's two slightly distant rooftops, you can actually hold your A and D key back and forth to ping pong between them. This is useful if you're trying to scout for mine setups like this.
What did I just watch?
A, and if there's two slightly, the final one is the ping pong. If there's two slightly distant rooftops, you can actually hold your A and D key back and forth to ping pong between them. This is useful if you're trying to scout for mine setups like this.
Bro, ball players something else, honestly. Ball players are legitimately something else. Wrecking Balls needing 50 techs to make their tank playable. A good tech is just to switch characters. These cool as f, but I'll never be able to do them.
Here are Doomfist's best and worst tank matchups in Overwatch 2. His best matchup, in my opinion, is against Winston. Whilst both heroes look to dive each other's backlines, Doomfist is generally more effective going in alone and requires less of his team's resources. This allows the Doomfist to dive effectively by himself and cause a threat to the enemy backline, whilst his teammates can now deal with the isolated Winston. Conversely, his worst matchup comes against Orisa, who is able to stay with her team and protect them from his dive. Orisa is able to keep tabs on the Doomfist, using her cooldowns to counter the plays that the Doomfist tries to make. She can fortify...
What rank is my guy playing in right there? Did you see that?
Conversely, his worst matchup comes against Orisa, who is able to stay with her team and protect them from his dive.
Wait, right here. Watch this.
Orisa is able to...
My guy starts charging up his punch right next to him.
Doomfist.
He's literally like 2 feet away, starting to charge his punch. And this guy goes for a high noon.
To counter the plays that the Doomfist tries
There's
to make.
no way this is very high. Even Quick Play. Quick Play has chat. Quick Play has MMR. It doesn't matter if it's Quick Play. Quick Play has MMR. So when I play Quick Play, I don't play against silvers. It doesn't happen. So I don't know about that.
Fortify if the Doom tries to punch, and she can Javelin if the Doom tries to block. Doom is now not able to isolate targets, and definitely cannot fight the Orisa, so he becomes pretty useless in this matchup.
Interesting. People think Orisa counters Doom. Do not play Doom, I swear to God. Orisa's biggest weakness is protecting her backline. If you ignore her, you win. This is actually kind of a decent take, but Orisa's also good against Doom, because, like, you have to understand as the Orisa player that you're turning to peel. But yes, it's actually not wrong. Fortunately, I don't care what counters me when I'm Doom. I'm still playing him because he's fun and the only tank I've mastered. Anyone can counter Winston. Skull emoji.
How to climb with Genji in 3 steps. This 3-step Genji cycle will help you climb to at least Masters 5. 1. Poke. 2. Pray. 3. Poach. First, we start by
Does he say pray? Like pray to God that your character actually works?
poking. Genji doesn't want to start an engage. Wait for your tank to distract enemies. In the meantime, charge your Dragon Blade as fast as possible. This is a fight-winning ult. In this phase you only use your abilities to stay alive and hold space. Second, prey on enemies to make a mistake.
Oh, okay.
If they step too far forward or misuse their abilities, you should capitalize. Dash and deflect are used in this phase. Before doing this, the enemies should be distracted, and you should already have an escape plan in mind. Last, poach the remaining enemies. It's your job to kill the squishies. You should freely be able to use your abilities here. Afterwards, remember to set up in a good position to make poking and praying easier in the next fight. Follow me for more Overwatch 2 guys.
Or, hear me out on this, don't play Genji because he's really weak and only viable in pub stomping right now. Other than that, he's basically kind of awful, to be honest with you. He's fun. If you're somebody who thinks that Genji is OP, you're just straight up telling on yourself.
So I found this video from this small YouTube channel called Berkeley, and he did Junker Queen rollouts. It was really weird. Just watch this. This first one, like, that doesn't even make sense. How do you even do that? How does Junker Queen, how is that allowed in this game? It doesn't even, like Blizzard, come on. It's just wild. Like, look at this one. This one's absolutely nutty. It's just like, there's no way that that should be allowed in the game. This one actually makes a little bit of sense, and like,
No, it
I
doesn't.
can get behind that, you know, you can get behind someone to surprise them, but
Why would you do half of these, though?
it just doesn't.
Like, it's cool, like, in practical rollouts, but, like, why?
Like, look at this though. Like, when are you ever gonna use that? You're not. It's crazy. This one is wild. Like, just bounce off that statue and flew right. It just doesn't even make sense. This is crazy. And then you can go all the way across the map. It's like, where you even go? I don't know.
Wait,
man.
somebody said reactception.
I'll try some of them myself, and you can see it's okay. That makes sense. Yeah. And then you have this one, and it's like I can get behind this. This is pretty fun, but
Wait,
again,
didn't Grandma make a video? Isn't this kind of just ripping Grandma's video? Because I remember she did some of these, like
not really
almost exactly some of these.
practical. This one I would totally use in a game just for fun. I'm memeing, and here's me. Yeah, I don't think I did that one right.
Isn't it? Didn't she make one? I mean, hey, it's totally fine to like make your own type of content. You know what I mean? Like all content is basically just reusing other content. It's like there is very, very few actually like truly unique first time ever made content out there. So like I understand, but I'm just saying like there's a reason why people don't use Junker Queen rollouts. They're not really like viable. That was the last one. That was the last one I had for you.